All right, so today let's do a deep dive into something that's got everyone talking generative AI and how it's really um, shaking things up for B2B sales, especially if you're in the tech and SaaS world. If you're looking for that shortcut to smarter selling, well, stick around because we're about to hand it over.
Yeah, it's incredible to see this bleeding edge tech changing how we think about something, as you say, as classic as sales.
Right, and we got some good stuff here from Gulam. They're a consulting firm that really knows this stuff inside and out. And they've got this article laying out some really interesting insights. They're even calling it a revolution. And after reading through it, I'm kind of starting to think they're onto something.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what we're seeing is a seismic shift in how businesses can connect with customers.
Totally. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's break it down. Generative AI. I mean, we've all heard the buzzword, but what does it actually mean?
It's like having this superpowered assistant who can just whip up text and images, even code based on what you need.
Okay, so instead of burning hours writing sales emails, you could feed info to this AI, and boom, you've got a draft ready to go.
Exactly. And not just any draft, but like laser-focused messaging subject lines that actually reel people in even full presentations tailored for each client. We're talking tools like ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini. They're all becoming part of the sales game now.
Okay, so that's starting to sound less like sci-fi and more like a dream come true for sales teams.
Mhm.
But is this just another tech fad? Everyone's talking about it now, but will it really last?
That's the million-dollar question. And the article really digs into that. And I think the key takeaway is generative AI isn't some magic bullet.
Yeah.
It's a tool. And like any tool, it's all about how you actually use it. Think of it like this. It's a way to boost your skills, not replace them entirely.
So salespeople don't need to be worried about robots taking their jobs anytime soon.
Not quite. The way I see it, the role of a salesperson is definitely evolving, though.
Yeah.
Being able to use these AI tools well, that's going to be crucial. It's all about working smarter, not harder, right?
Yeah, I like that smarter selling, not just automating everything because we can. And speaking of smarter selling, Angulam put together this killer 10-point checklist based on what they're seeing in the real world. No fluff here, just actionable steps to make AI work for your sales. Ready to jump in?
Let's unpack it.
All right, point number one, assess your process. They really emphasize finding those bottlenecks in your sales process, the areas where AI can actually make the biggest difference.
Yeah, it's all about working smarter, not harder,
Yeah.
right? And AI isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. It's about strategic implementation where it can have the most impact.
For sure. Which leads perfectly into point number two, pick the right tools. ChatGPT might be the big name everyone knows, but as the article says, tools like Claude or Gemini might actually be better for certain tasks, like using the right tool for the job.
Exactly. You wouldn't use a hammer to tighten a screw.
Exactly. And on that note, point number three, integrate smoothly. This one really hit home for me. Don't just kind of sprinkle AI on top of your systems and hope for the best. It's about really weaving it in seamlessly.
Yeah, it's about making sure it complements how your team already works. Maybe that means getting your sales enablement team involved to document those cross-functional workflows, or even your frontline managers to champion adoption and give feedback.
So collaboration is key. You might even need to bring in some AI specialists to help with the initial setup and keep things updated.
For sure, it takes a village.
Now let's talk onboarding new recruits. Always important for a strong sales team. Point number four, supercharge training. And this one's a game changer. Imagine AI creating personalized onboarding for each new rep, tailoring everything to their needs and how they learn best.
It's like having a virtual sales coach available 24/7.
No more one-size-fits-all training programs. This is about getting new reps up to speed quickly and effectively. The article even talks about using AI to build interactive quizzes on product updates, or even simulating those tough sales calls.
That's a great idea, especially for new reps who are still finding their feet.
Totally. And then we get to point number five, and it's a big one. Content is king, AI is the queen.
So true. Content is the lifeblood of sales. And AI can really make a difference, whether it's writing email scripts, putting together proposals, or even just finding the right words to connect with someone.
The article even mentions how AI can learn to write in the same style and tone as your top-performing reps. Imagine being able to bottle that magic and share it with your whole team.
Yeah, that's what's so cool about this technology. It can help everyone on the team have what they need to be successful.
All right, moving right along to point number six, prospecting power-up. We all know how important prospecting is, and it sounds like AI is about to become your new best friend for this one.
Think about it. AI can analyze tons of data to find and qualify leads really quickly. So your team saves hours of manual research. And it's not just about finding those leads, it's about personalizing how you reach out. AI can help you tailor your message to specific people and make sure it grabs their attention.
And don't forget about those perfectly timed follow-ups. AI can help you stay organized so you never let a lead slip through the cracks.
Yeah.
Like a personal assistant who's always on top of things and never forgets.
That's a game changer in the business world for sure.
Absolutely. All right, so let's talk about closing those deals. Point number 7 on the checklist is all about closing like a pro. And Angoulem says AI can be huge for navigating those tricky deals and objections.
Yeah, this is where those data-driven insights from AI can really shine. By looking at past sales data, AI can actually help predict objections and come up with really strong responses to handle those concerns. It's like giving your sales team the knowledge and tools they need to close those big deals.
Yeah, it's like having a secret weapon. The article also talks about using AI to create really killer sales pitches and proposals that are tailored to each prospect's needs. No more generic presentations, we're talking real personalization.
Exactly. You're showing your prospects you really get their challenges and that you've got the solution they need.
Okay, on to point number 8, nurture those relationships. So it's not just about making the sale, is it?
Right. It's about building those long-term relationships, the ones that keep customers coming back for more. And AI can really help with that.
Okay, so how does that actually work?
Well, think of it like this AI can help you go beyond just that initial sale and become a trusted advisor to your clients. It can track important details about each client, their preferences, and even recommend personalized content to keep them engaged.
Like having a personal relationship manager for each client. Okay, point number 9, data-driven decisions. This is all about using data to make smarter decisions and fine-tune your wholesale strategy.
Right, and we've got so much data available these days. AI gives us a way to unlock those insights. We're talking about using AI to analyze sales data to identify trends, track your KPIs, and really understand what's working and what's not.
The article even talks about using AI to create those interactive charts and graphs to help visualize all those metrics and make it easier to understand what the data is telling you.
Visualizing data is so important. It helps us make sense of all that information and see patterns we might otherwise miss.
Absolutely. Okay, and finally, we've reached the last point on Angoulême's checklist. Measure and optimize performance. So it's not enough to just implement AI. You have to track your progress, right?
Exactly. It's where the rubber meets the road. It's all about constantly learning, adapting, and improving how you do things. And AI is great for that because it gives you the data you need to fine-tune your strategies and stay ahead of the curve.
I like it. So we've covered a lot of ground here. From what generative AI actually is to how it's changing B2B sales, especially for SaaS. Angoulême's checklist is pure gold. It's practical advice you can put to use now. But before we wrap up, I'd love to get your take on the bigger picture. What does this rise of generative AI really mean for the future of sales?
That's the big question, isn't it? But one thing's for sure, the role of a salesperson is changing. Being able to use these AI tools effectively, that's going to be essential. Not just for individual salespeople, but for entire sales teams. We might even see sales teams structured and operate in totally different ways.
It's a really exciting time to be in sales. So much is changing so quickly. And I want to leave our listeners with a final thought. We've talked about AI enhancing what humans can do. But what if we take it a step further? What if instead of replacing salespeople, AI helps us unlock a whole new level of human potential in sales?
I love that. Using technology to help us be even better at what we do.
Exactly. What if it helps us connect with customers on a deeper level, build even stronger relationships, and create more value than we thought possible?
Now that would be truly revolutionary.
It really would. Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive into generative AI and the future of sales. If you're ready to go even deeper, make sure you check out Angoulême's website. We've got the link for you in the episode notes. Until next time, keep exploring, keep innovating, and keep crushing those sales goals. Now, that's something worth thinking about. It's like we're on the verge of a whole new era of sales where technology helps us unlock our full potential.
It's an exciting time to be in sales, that's for sure. We have this incredible opportunity to leverage these powerful tools to connect with customers in more meaningful ways and really make a difference.
I totally agree. So to wrap things up, we've journeyed through the world of generative AI and how it's transforming the B2B sales landscape, especially for those of you in the SaaS world. We've unpacked Angoulême's insightful 10-point checklist, which is packed with practical advice you can put into action immediately.
And we've touched on the bigger picture, the future of sales, and how generative AI might just redefine what's possible.
If you're ready to dive even deeper into this topic, head over to Angoulême's website. We've got the link for you in the episode notes. Until next time, keep exploring, keep innovating, and most importantly, keep crushing those sales goals.